Hello friends, in this video I am going to talk about the difference between Firebase, Firestore database versus real-time, RealDB difference. So as you know, Firebase support two types of databases, Firestore and real-time DB. Both are NoSQL DB, means they can hold the data without any schema, just like MongoDB. The JSON schema of real-time DB is much simpler. You can access that model, data model, but it has to be till limited depth. The real-time DB hold the JSON data, but its schema has to be little limited. Means it can has a depth up to 32 level, whereas Firestore can have any complex data. And querying also in the real time, the query should be little easier, whereas complex queries can be searched in Firebase, Firestore DB. Both can scale, but the real-time DB is meant for real-time access. Like you are playing a game and you have to store the user's state of the game, that can be stored in the DB. Or you are having, let's say, some cache that can be built using Firebase, Firestore, real-time DB. Whereas Firebase, Firestore is meant for some complex application where you can store big data and you can scale for any type of applications, whether it can run into the billions of requests or very minimal. Both databases can be accessed offline also. So there are few clients which are like Android or Apple or web apps. These can hold the data in Firestore offline and can access the DB. When I say the data can be accessed offline, that means it hold a copy of some data snapshot on the client, and if there is no internet, then that data can be accessed and your application will work. Now let's talk about type of operation. So write operation, the transaction in the DB is very important for a functioning of a DB. Firestore, as it contains complex data, it can has data of any type of schema and any type of depth. So it can hold huge data and you can write in one shot, and you can have complex transactions also. Whereas in the real-time DB, the transactions has to be very simpler and writes can also be simpler. It can't write the whole huge data at one go. So it's meant for mainly for the real-time transaction, real-time access of the data. Security and scalability of both the databases are equally good. Only difference lies in pricing. Firestore is much cheaper than real-time DB. So if you are building an application which require a simpler data model, then go with real-time DB. And if your application require the smaller number of writes, then I think the real-time DB is much suitable than Firestore. But if you are thinking of building a big application, then go for Firestore. So I hope you got the idea of two different databases of Firebase which support it, and what are the use cases where you can use these two different types of databases. So let me know in your next application which type of databases you are going to use. Let me know in the comment section, and if you like this video, please share with your friends and in your community, and subscribe to this channel. This is BK from Aneka signing off.